Is ready for Halloween very early, which is kind of interesting, but cool at the same time. Look at the designs and look what's there. Welcome to Magnolia Cemetery in Mobile, Alabama. Historical, and apparently it's the second oldest one in Mobile. And here's a lot of information you might want to check out. I'll pause the video like usual if you want to read this. Like I said, it was established in 1836. And here are sections of the graves to check out. And that is a lot of sections. That's some pretty interesting information, and I hope I don't get stuck here. Here are Confederate soldiers that are buried here. There's another section that we're going to go check out as well. But just look how peaceful it is. And apparently that's the office building right there. Too bad they're not open, because I found a couple tombs I wouldn't mind checking out, but you can't get inside without the caretaker. So hopefully we can find somebody, but I highly doubt we will find anybody. There's actually a bathroom at a cemetery, which that's quite nice. I only saw the women's. I don't know if there's a men, probably, but first one I saw had to go. Anyways, it's cool to see that they have a bathroom at the cemetery, because most of the cemeteries that I go to, there's no bathrooms. And sometimes you're usually there for hours. So here is a section of the Confederates that were once alive, served the country, passed away, and are now here resting. And there's a lot of them here. Notice no firearms or weapons allowed on the property. Okay, that's good. That's a good sign right there. And here's even more of the graves. Too bad the caretaker's not here. It would be nice to check out some of the tombs, like I said. One section of the Confederates that are buried here. We'll get to the other section in a few minutes. As you can tell, it just keeps going on and on and on. Alright, let's go walk up these steps and get a better view. Oh yes, we are high up. It just goes on and on. Never ending. All these people. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Infant son, born 1881. So this is an infant that's buried here. That is very, very strange marker. I've never seen that. And I've filmed, I think, at least 20 cemeteries, and I've never seen this before. If you look at it, it's kind of hard to read it. All the words are pretty much just fading away. There's a date, but I can't really tell. Something 55, either 1855 or 1955. I'm guessing 1855, but I don't really know, honestly. It's hard to see who is buried there. If you guys watch my cemetery videos, you know I like this fence around the graves, but this one apparently doesn't have any graves inside the fence. I wonder if this is recent, or if they're actually getting ready to bury somebody here. Because like I said, there's no graves in here. It looks like we have a propeller right here. I don't think you can move it, can you? Oh, you can a little bit. And there's another one down there. And I thought there was two more because it made me think it's probably a pilot, but there's none on this one. Or that one over there. So I'm guessing these guys that are buried here must have been in the Navy, World War II, World War I. Can't even read the names on these either. There's a flagpole. I don't see no flag on it. But like I said, there's another one down here. I've actually never seen this. First time for everything when you come to a cemetery. The unique ones, I should say. So they'll plot with the two propellers on each side, on this side only. This is Marine Engineer number 14, so they did fly pilots when they were around in, guessing, World War I and World War II. The guy's here name is Oliver Tucker, it looks like. Two other ones I can't read. They weather over time. I'm starting to get Natchez vibes from this cemetery. See how it's raised up from the ground? The graves in Natchez are also like this, how they're all old, that high up on the ground. What a unique gravestone. This is actually a little baby. Our little Allie. No date when it was born, no date when it died. Another broken slab of a tombstone. Family tomb of PBP. Omeroy. Jewish Rest, Magnolia Cemetery, Mobile County. So this little section that I'm showing you is where a lot of the Jewish people that are buried here. This little section. Confederate soldiers. Their own little plot. Look at the size of that monument way in the background with the flag right next to him. Respect to all these people that fought in the war. Big respect to everybody there. You made the country what it is today. Confederate rest. The Confederate dead. That's a lot of information. I'll leave it on screen. If you want to check it out, pause the video. Let's take another look at these graves. Like I said, they made the country what it is today. Without them, we wouldn't be here. No telling what this would be. This is interesting. There's like little cannons for a monument. It's crazy how far this actually goes. Just keeps on going and going, rows and rows of Confederate soldiers laid to rest. It's nice that there's a section for them. So it looks like this guy, Fairley, is buried here. 180, 180 win 96. It's confusing. So this is inside that big old tomb that you're looking at. Wasn't too sure what this was, but it looks like it's probably someone famous or someone who had a lot of money. And if you look up, there's somebody I'm guessing that's the person of the statue. Creepy, because when you walk in, you don't really notice much. Well, when you walk up to the tomb, you don't really notice much. The detail put into this angel, look how big it is. That is crazy. Can you imagine how long it would probably take to put this together? They did an excellent job on this one. And of course the one back there too. I know I show a lot of baby graves in my videos. I'm just showing awareness because you just don't know when your time's gonna be. You can be young, you can be old, it can be any second. That's why I show a lot of these baby graves. I feel like sometimes people don't usually show them all the time. That's why I always show them, because you just never know when your time is. I don't know if this was how the fence was made, or if it was incomplete, or if it was finished. It looks like this side is all ready to go. There's somebody over there screaming. Ruined my audio, man. Anyways, you see how there's a little section right here? Oh, okay. So this is actually coming apart, or coming off. So it must have rusted away, or they didn't finish it. It's one of the two. Same with the other side. A daily beauty of her life, elevated and controlled by a something, the savior of mankind, shed a halo around her. Diagnostic? Huh? I don't know. If you can read that, let me know. The person's name is Barry. Here's another one of these weird looking tombs that are like an oval shape. Apparently the person who is buried here is named Jane. I wonder what her story is. Interesting, nonetheless. I like how this is around his grave. Well, their grave, I should say, because it's more than one person buried here. Henry D. Van something. Died in Mobile, July 26, 1840, age 34. See what I mean by you don't know when your time is? And there's also someone who died at the age of 27, 40, 21, and 39, and 34. Really, really nice cast iron. It's painted white. And this was actually recently done. Or maybe not. You see bald eagles. Or eagles on it, I should say. If you want to know what it looks like inside of a tree, there you go. I don't think this tree is going to be here much longer. Trying to figure out why this guy's grave is surrounded by a fence when everybody else is just buried in the ground. Makes you wonder right there. And I found a house. I'm guessing that's where the caretakers live, because there's multiple people here actually cutting grass at the moment. Keeping it nice, which is a good sign. You get nice people like that cutting the grass, it's exactly what you need. That is a really tall monument of this person. I wonder who is buried there. William is what I see. William Jones Lee. You, my friend, have a really big monument. I wonder what your story is too, Mr. Lee. I mean, Mr. William Jones. Look at these columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pretty big. Well designed. Just came across this. I don't know what that is. Some type of symbol in the ground. This guy's name is called King. I don't know if that's his first name or his last name, but I found that interesting. So here's the front. I didn't notice. I thought the other side was the front, but here's the name of the people that are called King, and apparently King is the last name. King Infant, King Infant, King Infant, James M. King, George F. King, Franklin King. A lot of kings. Daniel Smith, family tomb, Frederick, Oliver, Ollie, Ronald. Here we rest. Multiple people buried here, all from the 1900s all the way to 2020. Right there. 2020. It's the first time I've seen a 2020. So they're in there somewhere from 2020 of this year. I don't know the month, but that's interesting. The water doesn't look too pleasant. William Ross died October 14, 1871 at the age of 55 and 7 months. Look at that tree, how it's growing inside the plot where the tombs are people are buried. That looks pretty cool. And I've seen quite a few of these actually in other places I have explored. Look at that. If you take a look, there's another lonely tree next to a couple of graves with a big old white castle in the back on the left hand side, and then a big old tomb on the right hand side. Let's go check out that big old white castle over there. I'm curious now. So here's that castle I was just showing you a minute ago. This is up close. Caldwell. I don't know. There's a statue inside. Whoa. That's the people that are buried here. This is an iron door. And I know you can't see inside, but there's an angel in there. That is freaky. And then you got this. I've seen this at New Orleans cemeteries. And it feels very, very good. It's marble. It's also here. And this is granite. These people had some money, I'll tell you that. It looks like she's holding a rose in her hand. And then she's looking down at the grave. If you see her eyes. She's looking down at the grave. Who is buried here? Emma B. Emerson, wife of W.S. Van Aman, died October 23rd, 1899. It looks like somebody came by and destroyed a part of the headstone. Or it could have broken off. Either way, it's one of the two, but that is pretty sad, I suppose, either way. Arthur E. Kimball, November 13, 1866 or 68, died November 7th, 1913.